the readings we had this past week as myself and many others at Ascension and even outside of Ascension read through God's Word together in the next 2 years. Our readings for this past week went all the way up to Deuteronomy chapter 26. So I want to reflect on that just a little bit. Some of the chapters in our reading this time talk about some things that are a little strange to our ears. Again, things like the marrying of female captives and what to do with a rebellious son, and the atonement for unsolved murders, laws concerning warfare, and the list goes on. And remember, we talked a little bit about this a few weeks ago, that these ceremonial laws, these civil laws that are listed, while they're important, they still don't apply to us today. What does apply to us certainly is the moral law. We think of things like the 10 Commandments and how Jesus himself confirms their importance when he talks about loving the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and self, and also loving your neighbor as yourself. So Jesus really summarizes the 10 Commandments right there, to love God and to love your neighbor. So keep that in mind as we continue our reading through the book of Deuteronomy. What I want to focus on today, and I think what relates pretty well to Thanksgiving as well, is chapter 26. It's entitled The Offerings of First Fruits and Tithes. And so as the people enter the promised land, Moses instructs the people that the first harvest, the first of the harvest, once they come to that land, is to be given to God. At least a tithe is to be given to God. And then already, even as you plant and even as you prepare to farm, that first harvest is recognized as a gift from God. And so as you bring that offering to God, this is what the people are to say. Verse 10, and behold, now I bring the first of the fruit of the ground, which you, O Lord, have given to me. I think that's pretty neat. They've had manna these 40 years in the wilderness. The Lord's provide for them every single day. But now here in the promised land, now they're the ones farming. They're the ones keeping the vineyards. And yet God is still the one providing. Just as he's the one who provides the manna, so he's the one that provides wheat and grapes and all of those wonderful gifts. And for the people to recognize that. And for us to recognize that today too, especially as we celebrate Thanksgiving, that everything that we have is a gracious gift from God. And so we give thanks. We give God thanks and praise. And we also, too, offer our offerings and our gifts to the Lord. That in thanksgiving, we come before him. We share those to the benefit of our neighbor. We share those so that the gospel of Jesus Christ might be proclaimed and shared. We share those in thanksgiving and gratefulness because God is truly the one from whom all blessings flow. And so I hope that you find joy in that thanksgiving to God, but also joy in that giving so that our neighbor can be served and so that Jesus can be proclaimed. Again, happy Thanksgiving, and I encourage you to join me in the reading for next week, chapters 27 through, I believe, 32 in the book of Deuteronomy. Thanks very much.